Good evening, everybody, and a very warm welcome. This is the Dynamic Harps Virtual Ensemble, and this is our final official workshop of 2020. Now, at the beginning of 2020, this group didn't even exist online. We were a group that met in person in Cardiff, and when everything started happening around the world, that meant that we couldn't go out so much. We wanted to share it online, and we've been so delighted to share this with you guys. So thank you very much. We're going to have a party in a couple of weeks, so I will gush at you more then, but I just wanted to say thank you in case any of you can't make it straight away. So for date reference, today is the 1st of December, so it's Advent as well. So this is lovely. So this is why we're being festive today, and it's lovely to welcome you all here. We're going to just start in the same way that we've been starting all the time. So for those of you who are new, I'm just going to give you a whistle-stop tour of our warm-up, but I won't give you everything tonight because I don't want to spend ages on it. We're in C major, okay? So make sure that your harp is set in C major first of all, please. That would be marvelous. Okay, fantastic. And then what we're going to be doing in a minute is we're going to be doing a bell warm up. So we want to get all our fingers moving. So we want to be using all four fingers on both hands if possible. So think about that while we go through this this warm up. A scale, if we did a normal scale, we'd normally go up and down the harp, wouldn't we? We just mix that up a tiny bit, and at the beginning do an octave like that. Okay, so C, C. You can do it higher if you like. If you do that and then just descend on your scale, listen, it sounds quite festive. Okay, so that's what we've been using this warm-up all year, but now we can say it's festive. So, okay, so we're going to be doing the octave, and then we'll be doing the four placed fingers, turn, and then coming down for the full scale. Okay, so we'll just do that just because I know there are some new people in tonight, so very warm welcome. So let's just do that very steady first of all, just one hand or hands together 2 octaves apart if you want to. So just you get your fingers moving nice and steady. 3 and 4 and C, C, B, A, G, F, E, D. Repeat. C to C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Brilliant. Okay. I probably should have done that even slower just to start us off. So we'll do one more time, even slower. 3 and 4 and C, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. And then it goes round and round. Okay, so for those of you who are novices, that's plenty for you to do with that hand. Just swap hands if you like so that you get the left hand moving when we get into doing the full thing. For those of you who are more advanced, you know the things you can do. You can do or you've been before. You can do C chord underneath on beat 1, 1 and 2, and on beat 3, chord of F, 3 and G on beat 4, and C, F, G, 1 and 2, and so those are the chords that go underneath. Okay, and then there are other ideas that we've gone through over the year. We've done things like doing sixths, so we've locked the thumb as the melody, as the person in charge of the scale of the melody, if you like, and then put the finger 3 on a sixth below, so you get this. You can cheat that by playing a scale of E instead. Can you? And then in your left hand, you can do 1/5/8, you can do 1/5/10s, you can do arpeggios if you like to, or you can swap and have the left hand doing the scale while the right does the chords. And then there's options to go faster. So without further ado, because I know loads of you have done this 1,000 times now, let's have a go at the Dynamic Harps warm-up. Is everybody ready? I'm going to check in on you all, check you're all smiling. Do you know what? There's something I haven't done, which we will do now before we start this. I'm going to check you're all smiling first, though. Are you all smiling? Yes. Okay. Everyone looks happy. Good. Okay, fine. Mostly looks happy. Good. Okay. I forgot to start this live on Facebook. So hold that thought for one moment, because I will stream it, because there are some people that will be waiting for it live on Facebook. So I will get onto this. We're going to go share into the group. This is where you can find it if you can't make it. And I'm going to go to the Dynamic Harps virtual ensemble, and then I'm going to click next, and then I'm going to just have to wait with me 1 minute. Apologies for not doing this in advance. Completely slipped my mind tonight. I never know when this starts, so I'm just going to keep talking and hope that it starts in a minute. Okay, so whenever this goes live on Facebook, hopefully people who are waiting for it will find it. Okay. Come on, little computer. I have no idea whether we're live or not, but I'm not sure that we are. So this is December session. Just call it that to be fast, and we're going to go live. Okay, so everyone ready then? So you've got your C to C ready. in your right hand. I will do the first lot steady, and then more advanced players, you can do it double time or quadruple time, and I'll show you what I mean if you've not done it before. So here we go. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 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 3 and 4 and 1. Start being a bit creative. If you want to go faster, you can go this fast. Or you can do half that. Get your left hand working as well. Fantastic, keep going, get everything warmed up. This is wonderful. So a warm welcome, Alison, Anna, Barbara, Beatrice, Betsy, Blythe, Brenda, Caroline, Cherry, Christine, Dawn, Debbie, Diane, Dillis, Dimitri, Ethna, Larry and John, Lon, Evie Marie, Felicity, Francis, Jill, Heather, Hillary, iPad, Iris, Jackie, Janiana, Jane, Jenny, Jessica, Jilly, Yoke, Kate, Laurie, Linda, Lisa, Lorraine and Margaret, Mary, Melinda, Michael, Mike, Pamela, Pat, Rosie, Sharon, Sue, Susan, Sam, Tammy, Tanya, Valentina, Victoria. Okay, we'll do it one more time. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, C, D, A, G, F, E, D, and C with a kerfuffle. Okay, round and round we go. And we can do a C to finish. We won't know whether we're in time, but let's just go for it. C. Bravo. Do you know what I love is that when you do your ending, I see your arms all do your chords, and I know you finished anyway. That's wonderful. So hopefully you warmed up. You're in charge of your own destiny with that warm up. And if you do get a little bit lost, then just when you do that, just go back to either just the C chords and the Fs and the Gs, or the very steady scale, because that's the beauty of it. This is something underpinning it you can always join in with. Now, we did a Christmas ditty, didn't we, folks? Do you remember? I know that you do remember. It's a silly thing to say. Those of you that have been working with me on this, we've just recorded a Christmas ditty, haven't we? So I'll just screen share so that if anybody hasn't got this music, they can see. Okay, so have I screen shared the correct thing? Yes, you can see that now, can't you? Brilliant. Okay, so with this is this thing. We've got a very simple part. If you're completely new in tonight, I'm only going to show you this bit, so just you're here for the ride. Don't worry about perfection, and don't worry about getting everything. Just enjoy being here for now. Okay, you've got C, G, A, E. Okay, and those are the simple, that's the bit, that the bare bones. You're just going to go da dee da da, take a bar off, and da dum dum, take a bar off, da da dum dum, take a bar off, da da dum dum, and it goes round and round. So novices and people in newly tonight, just do that bit. Anybody that's been practicing it, you can play the ditty. Okay, I'm not sure how fast I did the recording, so let's have a listen. Okay, so it's quite steady. Everything's going to be da-dum, da-dum, da-da-dum. So quite a lot more steady than we did in our recording. So let me count you in. I'll just check the tempo again. 3 and 4. Okay, so 1. Are you ready with the ditty, everyone? Are you ready? Yes, you're looking up. Sue, I can see you expectantly waiting. Mary, there's a thumbs up from you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. G, A, E, F, E, D, G, G, C, G, more time, so I'm going to stop talking. One last time, folks. Here we go. And we're going to come to an end here with the chord of C. If you missed the chord of C, I'm going to do at least 4 more. So just find a chord of C and join in with me when you get the chance. Okay, here comes my last one now. Bravo! Fantastic. Okay, wonderful. Did you enjoy that? Some of you nodding, yes, good. I think it sounds really festive, and I was just as we were playing it thinking, I so wish I was in the room with you, and I love that we get to do this. But it's just this feeling of, you know, I long to play with you all in the room as well. And just if you've not heard me say it, one of the things that will happen is when we are able to meet in person again, I will invite all of you, wherever you are. I know that's crazy and most of you will be able to come, but we will have a performance. And for those of you who can't come to Cardiff, to my lovely place that I live, then that's fine. What we will do is I'm going to hire someone with a white wall, and we are going to project the Zoom group up on the wall to play along with the ensemble who are in person. So we will get our global performance as well. So I just wanted to remind you of that if you haven't heard me say it. Okay, brilliant. You love that speed, Pamela. Yeah, it was a bit slower, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Okay, marvelous. Okay, fantastic. I would like to jump into the Away in the Manger, please, now. I'd love to jump into Away in the Manger. If you'd like to find that, now you do have to, sorry. You do have to, for this one, change your keys, don't you? So I'm sorry for those of you who have levers. I try not to change key for you guys. I try to keep it in C, I know, but you do. So please could you put a B flat on, basically, onto your harps. Depends how your harp's set up, what that means, but on my harp, on an E flat tuned harp, that means you put the B down. Okay, so C and F major. Okay. I thought I pre-recorded this, but clearly I didn't, so that's fine. Okay, so while you're getting yourselves ready, this is Away in a Manger, which we all know, okay? So I've done a counter melody for you. Do you know, I've just realised I've done a recording. I'll show you the recording. Okay, I'll show you the recording of all the parts. I might as well, because then you can hear all the parts. So basically, harp 4s, I think you only have the main melody. Harp 1s and 2s have the counter melody as well. And harp 4s and 3, you also have one of these, sorry, one of these kind of accompaniments, which I love. So we can all learn to do each other's parts really tonight, so that you can then you can basically take from this what you like. You might make a solo out of it, that's absolutely fine. And also you've all got permission to play this if you are able to, maybe next year with your friends, and you have permission to use this music totally, so that's absolutely fine. Okay, brilliant. So I'm just opening up the video for you so you can watch it, but while I'm waiting for that to load, then perhaps we could, no, hang on, it's going to load quickly. Okay. When I watch these videos back, I think I must have taken ages talking. Then usually it's not so long as I think. Right, okay then. So it's under sheet music downloads, and then I'm going to screen share, and you'll be able to hear the whole thing. And I think that's much better. Right, here we go then. So if you've not seen this already, here it is. This is, it's a very imperfect attempt for you, but I had to do it very quickly. So here we are. Here it is. Here's what it's going to sound like. So you can follow your score if you like. I'm not sure you can hear that well enough. Let me see if I can just make that a bit louder. Let me see if I can make that a bit louder, because I have the ability to. So, right. Let's put this in here, and I think there might be a pop, but hopefully not. Let's go for this, like that. There we go. Right. Hopefully that's going to be better now. Let's try that again. Right, this might be very loud, so don't jump, okay? No. So as far as playing this on your own at home, if you want to practice this, you'll be able to follow your harp line and play with the other parts. This is in the course. These little tinkly bits, everyone has a bit of those. We then get the main tune. Okay, rather than making you wait for the whole of this, let me just fast forward it. You then hear both the counter melody and the tune together. So if I just play from a little bit further on, or maybe that's enough. That's probably enough. That's enough. Do you know what? We'll stop that there. Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. So that is what we're going to look at. So the counter melody, it's very simple, I know. So advanced players, you can fill your boots doing other things if you like while that's going on. That's not a problem. I'm just going to turn this right down again. Okay, so let's jump in and do this then. Right, fantastic. So the beginning is really easy. So I think we'll all start with the beginning, because if you're a novice harpist or a beginner or fledgling, then remember you can take one hand tonight. Please don't stress about anything. If you are a more advanced, you can fill out your parts using the harmony. This is based on very simple chords. Okay, so the beginning, everybody has an open fifth in the left, so you've got an F and a C in the left, and then you've got an F in the right. Everybody has that same part, okay, for the first 4 bars. So if you'd like to prepare your hands on that, and I would just, because it's a really good chance, whenever something's easy to think about it, let's remind ourselves, are you sitting in a way that your back's not twisted? You're not twisting on the harp. Are you nice and relaxed? Are your fingers down, your thumbs high? Are you going to squeeze into the hand? Okay, because we want this to be really beautiful and to ring for 3 beats, okay? So let's just give that a go. Just take the right hand F if you prefer. Let's do the first 4 bars, sorry, in 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. Okay, so that's nice and straightforward. So I hope you all agree. I hope that's all okay for everyone. Okay, so then if we just for a moment, harp ones, would you mind omitting your right hand? So don't play your right hand. Don't play the right hand. Just play the left. So from letter A, this is much simpler than we normally do, guys. So from letter A, we're just going to play the everyone else can play their full parts. Harp one's going to play the left hand, and we're going to play what's written. Okay, so I will try and talk you through it. If we get lost, then we will come back. I just want to get through about 16 bars and then we'll start putting things together. So here we go, letter A, which is bar 5. You have got F, C, and F, okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to move up to G and D, okay? And what happens is I'm just going to pause actually on that bar. Your right hand moves up to a B in the top, okay? So let's go back onto the A, bar 5 again. 1, 2, 3. F in the bass, 2, 3, and the right. 1, 2, 3. Now you're moving up to B in the right hand, G and D in the left. 2 of those, marvelous. Okay, fantastic. So, and then you're going to move back down again, and you're on F, C, F. Okay, sorry, F, C, A this time. So your right hand is leading on an A, but you're on F, C, and then A. This is bar 10. Please bear with me till we get to letter B, and then hopefully it will be easier to follow. Okay, so this is bar 10. We're going to play this bar. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to pause. You're now going to find G, D in the left, everybody, and then most of you who are playing the right hand, you're on a G in the right. That's bar 11, and let's play that after 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll come back in a moment. This is going to be C, G, and E now, but no E for the harp ones. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go back and play that from the very beginning of the piece. Okay, so the very beginning of the piece. So we're on F, C, F. I should just give the bass notes this time. So if you get lost, what are you going to play, folks? Iris is smiling. What are you going to play, Iris? You're going to play the bass notes if you get lost, aren't you? Yes, okay, fantastic. Okay, I know this is really simple for lots of you, so keep thinking about your technique, your breathing, your posture. 1, from the very beginning. 1, 2, 3. F, 2, 3. F, 2, 3. Another F. 1, 2, 3. Letter A happens now. So 1, 2, 3, F again, 2, F again. Moving up to G in the bass, B in the top. 2, 3, 1, down to F again. 1, 2, 3, G, and then down to a C. Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Now, and bear with me as I say, and then it will get more exciting in a minute. 10, 11, 12, 13. Bar 13, it kind of repeats. Look, you've got 4 of these F, C, Fs. Sorry, F, Cs on the left. Your right hand is going to do the F for the 2 bars. Then it's going to move up and do a C. Then your left's going to move up and do G, D, okay, and your right hand's on a B. Then you're going to do that again. If you do 2 of those, then you're going to go F, C, A, and then you're going to go up to the G, G, D, G. Okay, and that's apparently where I'm finishing that harmony there. Oh, that's because then it drops down to the octave. Okay, fantastic. That takes us to letter B. So we'll just do that one more time. For harp 1s on the counter melody, I'm going to teach you in harp 2 the counter melody in a moment. Okay, so just let's do it one last time. So again, really dig deep. If you are a more advanced harp player, just take this time to really, really zone in on your Zen self. Okay, here we go from the very beginning. 1, 2, 3. F in the bass. Another F in the bass. Another F in the bass. Another F in the bass. That was the introduction. F in the bass again. Letter A. Another F in the bass. Another F in the bass. Moving up to a G in the bass. Another G in the bass. Moving down to an F. Back to the G. Down to the C, the red. Back to the F, the black string. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. C in the top, it just moves. And then G in the bass. 2, 3 G in the bass. And now to an F in the bass. And then a G in the bass. And it finishes on an octave F here. Letter B. Marvelous. Okay, fantastic. So for those of you who are novices, if you're early beginners, you feel free to just play the left all the way through for now, just so that you get the feeling of putting the part in. Although we all know we're in the manger, I'm sure. I know that there are different tunes to this, so but you can add in what you're comfortable with. Okay, letter A. Can we play from letter A for harp 1s in a moment? And for harp 2s, I'd like you to play from where your counter melody begins. So for you, I'm just trying to find the bar number for you. So the bar number, you're going to start, please. I'm sure harp 2s have the counter melody. Am I having a moment? Yes. From letter G for harp 2s, please. So letter G, harp 2s, you got da dee da dum da da dee da dum. Okay. So harp 2s, please, could you go from letter G? Could everybody else go from letter A? Okay. Everybody else from letter A. Okay. So we're going to take this a bit steady for harp 1s and 2s, and I won't be able to give bar numbers that will fit, okay, now for harp 2s, so you're going to be brave, I know, and you're going to work this out. We're going to just go through it really steady, okay? So if you are harp 3 or 4 for a moment, you can practice the bass line with us and see if you can get it to fit as we go through. It shouldn't take us too long. So you have an upbeat harp 1s and 2s of a C, okay? And then you've got F, E, F on the rhythm, coffee, tea, okay? So I think you can hop after this because it's a slow piece. There's all sorts of fingering you could do, but I think it's actually okay to do and then hop. So I'll leave that up to you. If you want to do something more fancy than that, that's fine. So you've got C, F, E, F, hop, and then up to you, but maybe 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Why? Because then you get the 1 on the beat 1, which allows you to be strong with that. Okay, so if we all try from the upbeat into A, this means harp 3s and 4s you can, and harp 2s you know where you're going from. Sorry, so if we all go in the upbeat into the counter melody with G for harp 2s, then harp 3s and 4s you can play your accompaniment. Okay, just 2 bars. Okay, so here we go. Upbeat of the counter melody, starting on beat 3. Everyone ready? Are you smiling? Are you with me? I hope you are. 1, 2, 3. Coffee, tea, coffee, coffee, cream. Bravo. Okay, and one last time, same thing. Those of you remember, you've got C, you've got F, C, F in the bass for the drones. 1, 2, C, F, E, C, C, B, A, G, F. Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Carrying on from where we just left off then, you've got F, G, F, A, B, C, B, A, B. Sorry for the singing. My voice, as you can hear, is always very croaky these days. Okay, so you got C, you got F, G, F, A, B, C, B, A, B. Coffee, 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 tea. Okay. Fingering wise, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3 with a turn. I leave that up to you again. Those options would be fine. So let's go back to letter A, which is, or letter G for the harp twos, and we're going to do the upbeat again. In those of you on the accompaniments, please could you do, I know you've done a lot of these FCFs now, but I'm sure they're getting more beautiful by the moment. Here we go. 1, 2, C, F, E, F, C, B, A, G, F, F, G, F, A, B, C, B, A, B. Beautiful. Okay, I'm just going to check in with you. Is this okay so far? Can you give me a thumbs up if it's okay so far? I know this is much simpler than we normally do, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay. If anyone's lost, go back to the bass line. Thank you very much. Okay, brilliant. So, right, we just done that. Now we're going to carry on. Then we're going to go. So this is, if you're doing it by ear, or I can't give you a bar number because you're on harp 2. We're going from where we just left off, and we're going to go G, A, B, A, B, D, C, B. Okay, so I think using 3, 2, 1 all the way along there is fine. For those of you on the accompaniment, you're on G, D, G's in the bass. Okay, so let's just go just that bit. So I'll play it to you one more time. Okay, we'll do it slightly slower. We'll do it at that tempo. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and G, A, B, D, C, B. Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. And we're just going to keep going. We're on bar 10, harp 1s, harp 2s. We're on the F, G, harp 2s. We are on the A, G, A, F, G, A. Do you notice you've now got kind of patterns going on? It just keeps noodling around. Okay, it's just a noodle. It's almost not a counter melody, is it? It's it's nothing grand, but it's sweet. Okay, so bar 10 for harp 1s, 2s, and 3s, and harp 2. Bar 10 for harp 1s, 3s, and 4s. Harp 2s, you know where you are. We are on this A, G, A, F bit. Okay, let's just try that one bar 10, and as harp 2s know. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and A, G, A, F, G, A. Now I think you could join this up. You could join straight up down from the A, G, F, E, couldn't you? And that would be fine. Or you might consider hopping. It might be harder to make it smooth. See how you feel. Okay, so let's do that same bar again, bar 10, and then I'll teach you the next bit. 1 and 2 and 3 and A, G, A, F, G, A. Now we're going to do the next bar. It's very similar. You're going to go, it's a little scale going down. Just go down the hill. G, F, E. Back up the hill. F, G, F, E. Going into the next bar, it actually goes up again. So actually you do da da dum ba dee da dum ba da. You just go up and down the hill. Okay, so let's go on that bar, which is bar 11 for most of you harp 2s. Hopefully you are with me still. I'll go from your counter melody bars in a minute so you don't feel completely left behind. Okay, so here we go. Let's go on that bar. Bar 11 for most of you. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Now you're going to go G, E, C, E. Okay, that's what happens there. Okay, so let's just do now bar 10, 11 and 12. Okay, so this is... Okay, let's go from bar 10 then, and harp 2, so hopefully you found your place. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 bravo. Okay, fantastic. So we'll go back now to the beginning of the counter melody, which is letter A for most of you, and it's letter G for harp 2. So we go from the beat before that letter, those letters, and it's beat 3 that we come in on. And for more advanced players now, you can start if you want to, putting things in the bass if you want to, that makes it more exciting for you to play. And everyone else, let's just play this. Okay, so let's go from letter A or letter G, starting on beat 3. Here we go. F's in the bass for those of you on the bass line. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and F, G, F, A, B, C, B, A, B, chord of C going down. Okay, so on that bit, you come down the hill on the chord of C. Now listen to what happens next. It's kind of all scales, isn't it? Okay, so the next section, and harp 3s and 4s, I hope you're not falling asleep. I will come to you in a minute. So da, 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 da. It's very much noodling around on the scale. So I would try and get the 4th finger on the E there. So F, E, and if you get the 4 on there, then you can do 4 fingers down, all the way up and down the hill. So you've got E, F, G, A, G, F, E, and you keep going around. Then you're going to turn, probably with finger 3. Yeah, and then that allows you to do 4 fingers coming down the hill. Do you know I'm going to screen share because I feel like I'm talking all these numbers at you and it must be really hard without the screen share. So let's just bring the screen share up. Okay, so here, this is the bit I'm talking about. Yeah, da, 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 da. It's just a scale. So if you keep putting down 4s, do the turn. I would do the turn on the B, finger 3 on that B, and that will make that fit really nicely. So you got da 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 dum da ya da dum. So let's just try this noodly bit here. For those of you doing the noodly bits, this is bar 10, 11, 12, 13. Harp 2s, if you are lost, just play on the harp 1 part if you like for now, but I'm sure you can work it out. Okay, so let's go from bar 13, or this bit of the melody. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and coming up the scale from the E. And then you're going to go B, C, D, coming up the scale, coming back down the scale. I'm just going to bring you through this and then we'll go over any bits we need to. Bar 17, you've got E, A, G, A, B, hop, A, G, F, G, A, hop. And then it's coming down the same pattern, these falling notes coming up and down the hill. G, F, E, F, G, E, and then you're into letter B. Okay, I do worry that I lost everyone, so I'm just going to find letter G for those of you on letter G. Right, right. Okay, let's go from the upbeat into letter G for harp 2s. Let's do exactly what we've done one last time, and letter A for everyone else. I'm going to put it into the looper this time, actually. So is everyone at the ready? I'm going to keep going this time. I'm going to concentrate on getting into the looper so we can then layer on it, all right? So I'm just going to check in that you're not all looking terrified at me. Are you all okay, mostly? Yes, okay. So if anyone's lost, please bear with me. This is, we'll get through this in a minute. It's just this little bit needs to get down first. Okay, here we go then. So you know what you're doing. Let's hear this. Bass lines from everyone and the counter melody. We'll do it really steady. Okay, so here we go. 1 and 2 and 3. Sorry, we'll do it one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and 2. Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Okay, marvelous. So that's the first little bit, the counter melody, and that's how that sounds. I'd love to do, let's go from letter G now. So if everyone hops over to letter G. I know that sounds crazy, but everybody go to letter G, please. That's marvelous. Okay, so letter G, what you find out is that your left hands are doing something remarkably similar. In fact, I imagine it's identical. I hope it is. I did write this down about 4 years ago, so I can't remember. Okay, but harp 3s, you've got this little pattern. Okay, so I love this pattern. This is a really, really lovely, easy go-to accompaniment If someone asks you to accompany them and you are fairly fledgling, you can make yourself sound very proficient, or your students, if you, I'm sure that teachers already use this. If you do a fifth in the left, using the tonic of the note of the chord that's being played. So you do an open fifth. So in the first one, letter G, everyone try this because it's just useful if you don't do it already. An F and then a C in the left. And then if your right hand then takes the key note as well of the chord, so the right hand finger 3 also goes on F. And then you put 2 on the G and thumb on the A. What you've got now, if you look at your hands, is both left hand and right hand with finger 3s on Fs. Okay, and then you've got the fifth shape in your left, and you've got a mini scale, neighboring strings in the right. But listen to how sweet this sounds. And you can do it more advanced players. More advanced players, you'll be doing this all the time anyway, but you can do it with the turn with one hand, where you do the same, exactly the same notes, but you do it with a 1 5 8. It's 1 5 8 9 10 if you like, that you would do in the left. Okay, brilliant. So harp 3s, you are welcome to try this little line with yours, and the counter melodies with harp 2s, and harp 1s and harp 4s, you have the main melody. Now I'm going to let you sight read this, because I just think you've probably all been playing Away in the Manger for the last like 6, 10, 20, 30 years of your lives. Okay, I don't think you need me to teach you the melody, but of course I'm very happy to go over anything that's needed. Okay, so let's just like throw ourselves in the deep end and give it a go at letter G, and we shall laugh at any mistakes and won't worry about it for now. Okay, so I'm just going to check what the tempo was. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Okay, it's really steady. So you're ready, everybody? Upbeat into letter G. You ready? Play as much or as little as you like. Let's just give this a go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 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 3 and 1 and 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 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 3 and that takes us to letter H now. Okay, brilliant. Okay, fantastic. So that's how the two parts go together. Can you hear how those line up then? For those of you on the main melody, did you manage to play the main melody along with that all right? Did you get horribly lost? Some of you are nodding and some of you are like, no. Okay, right. Okay, then fine. Let's keep doing it a little bit longer so we get into the flow of it. So I think let's find everybody's Away in the Manger. Let's find where all the parts have da dum da 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 da. So harp 3s and 4s. You come in at letter C with your I think it's the first time through for you, yes. With Away in the Manger, with the main theme, if you like, or the main tune, at letter C. So harp 3s and 4s. In a minute, you're going to play from letter C, okay? And then harp, let's find your harp 2s. You get a slightly fancy version at D, don't you? You get it in 6. Okay, so harp 2s, you can be going from letter D in a moment. Harp 2s from letter D. And harp 2s, watch out. There's just a sneaky couple of bars for you. If you look at bar 46, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bar 50. If you look at bar 50, what do you notice? There is not a 6th there. The interval is not a 6th. It is suddenly reduces to a 5th. If you're not used to recognizing intervals at sight yet, all I would say to you is that from along here, from D, I've given you the melody almost entirely in 6ths, where you will be seeing yourself going from a space to a line or a line to a space. But if both fingers are on a line, then it's probably it will be a 5th, okay? So just watch out for when you see both fingers are on a line and then play the 5th. So the thumb has got the melody and then finger 3 is underneath. Okay, so that's where you have the melody. And I'm sure harp 1s, you do get Away in a Manger at one point. Yes, you get it at letter G. So harp 1s, would you like to take it from letter G, please. Is everyone ready then? Let's give this a little go. And if you are a fledgling player, I tell you what, I will name the bass notes for you. So I will play with harp 3s and 4s. I'll play from your bit of the score. And I will name your bass notes. So if you get lost, then I can help you. Okay, so it's into letter C, isn't it? 3s and 4s. Okay, so let's just do this without anything else going on for a moment. Okay, so are you ready? Here we go then, from those places. And hopefully you all know where you're going from. If not, somebody might be able to help you out by giving you... Hi, Shelley. I think there's a typo. Do you know what, Mary? There's about 4 typos I do really need to tell you about. Okay, so yes, this was. I'm going to blame the ghost of Shelley past for these typos. I'm not going to blame me now because I did it about 4 years ago. Okay, here we go then. Here we go. From those places, getting the main tune. 1 and 2 and 3 and F in the bass and 2 and F in the bass. 2 and 3 and F in the bass and 2, move to a G in the bass and 1 and 2 and 3, keep on the G, 1 and 2 and move to the F in the bass, 1 and 2 and move to the G, 1 and 2 and 3, move to a C and 2 and 3, F in the bass, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and F in the bass again, 1 and 2 and 3 and G in the bass and 2, moving to a C in the bass, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, G in the bass coming up, 1 and 2, F in the bass this time, and brilliant. Okay then, so I feel if I'm not going to teach the Away in the Manger tune, but if you have any questions about it, please ask me, of course. Those who are on lap harps miss out the lower notes because this is an old score. I haven't, especially for this group, I haven't scored it quite to your requirements as I ordinarily do. Okay, so that's great. So we've done the counter melody, we've done the accompaniment, we've done the main melody. Now, would everybody like to take a little sneaky peek at letter B, please? A little peek at letter B. Okay, I like these little tinkly bits. Okay, so what happens is that harp 2s and 3s you play together. You go A, F, B, G, C, A. Okay, we're climbing up a ladder. I always think of this. I love the placing for this. If you aren't already doing this placing, I distinctly remember the lesson when I was taught to do this kind of placing, and I'm sure you're all doing it, but it's this joined up, don't let go placing. And I literally think of it like each hand and foot going up the rungs of a ladder. So you're using 1, 2, aren't you? 1, 2, 1, 2, and going up the hill. You could do something even more fancy and cross fingering, but I'm not going to make you do that. This is slow. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 up the hill, and there's F's in the bass. So you can just try that bit in your own time, because then what happens, it's like a call and response, which lots of you have done with me unmuted. In fact, we can try this in a minute perhaps as a little game. And then will harp 1s and 4s respond by going C, A, B, G, A, F. They just do the opposite. They come back down the hill. Okay, so harp 1s and 4s in your own time. You can just have a little go at coming down the hill. Okay, lovely. And then harp the 2 and 3, you go again, going up the hill, same notes. And harp 1s and 4 very politely reply. Okay, so that's what happens there. So can we just try letter B? I will have to play, well, I'll play all the parts, okay? But you can play your part in there, okay? Is everyone happy with where they're going from? Can you give me a thumbs up if you're all right? Yes, okay, everyone knows where they're going from. Okay, brilliant. I love, by the way, Anthea, that you're both there. Whoever, no, that's not Anthea with both of you. That's Blythe with somebody else with her too. Sorry. So there's somebody, I'm sure, anyway, Anthea, I'm sure your son had just done the recording, so I'm really excited about that. Okay, anyway, letter B, I digress. Right, okay, here we go. So from letter B. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2s and 3s. 1s and 4s reply. And then we get the others again, 2s and 3s. Coming back down the hill, the others. Lovely, so it's just an interlude that happens there. Should we do it one more time? Okay, I wonder if I can make it sound more beautiful. I don't know, I don't think I can because I want to keep that in the loop. Never mind, okay, here we go. Same place, letter B. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. 1s and 4s, in you come. There we go, 2s and 3s, up the hill. And 1s and 4s coming back down the hill. Lovely, great. Okay, then harp ones. It's not really difficult what goes on here as such, but it is a little bit like patting your head and rubbing your tummy to start with. Both hands, so everyone else, just bear with me for a moment. We're just going to talk about bar 24 for harp ones for a moment. Your fingers are doing the same notes. So as far as practicing this, if you were going to practice this and you wanted to play with your friends or something, you can do block chord practice of this. But here's the slight, it's not, it depends where you are in your playing, but you're going opposite. So here's how I have to think of it. I have to think of everything. I have to find a hack for everything. My brain does not do anything, it seems, in a simple manner. So I have to think outside in, outside in, outside in. And that's how I taught myself through playing something like this. So, if you did that first one harp once, everyone, why don't you all try this? Let's all do this. Put your finger 2 in your left hand on an F and your thumb on an A. Everybody do that. And then the same 2 notes, the octave higher in the right. So you want F and A with 2s and thumbs, okay? But instead of playing like we normally do, you're going to play the outside notes. So that's the lowest one in the F and the highest one in the right. It's the F in the left, it's the A in the right. And then you're going to play the notes that you've got left, okay? And you could just practice going and then coming off. And you could just do that in your own time now, just to practice that motion. By the way, those of you who always ask me for the golden, like what am I trying to think of here now? The chalice of like being able to play hands together. The secret really is just to break it down so you've got a tiny part like this and get used to it. Because you know what, this happens a lot in our playing, but to start with it can feel hard. I'm sure most of you can do that already. Anyway, okay, then harp ones, you're doing that all the way along. And harp 2s at bar 24, you're doing all of the notes, you're doing the up and down, and harp 3s and 4s, I give you time off for good behaviour at that point. So let's all try bar 24, if that's okay. Okay, bar 24, everyone. Here we go then, these are the little tinkly bits. So you're on A and F, for those of you that are doing it, and then we've got octave F in the left. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and F in the bass now. F, 2 and again, F in the bass. Marvelous. Okay, fantastic. Now I really want to see if we can just get a tiny bit further. Then that's when harp 3s and 4s you have the melody, isn't it? And then harp 2s you get to do this same little tinkly bit. So you have to keep moving around. Now there was a typo which I took out annoyingly in my parts. I probably can't see where it is. There's one point when in these tinkly bits where the left hand in harp 2s, I believe, is doing something completely AWOL. So if you find yourself playing, if it says something, please just put it into octaves and then it will sound fine. Okay, it's just it's a tone out. Okay, let's try everybody together, please. From let's go from A. Let's go from the very beginning and put all that together, shall we? Let's go from the very beginning and put that all together. Okay, so everybody ready? We're going to do our introduction first. Let me just check the tempo is in the looper. And 3 and 1 and 2. Okay, here we go then. Everyone ready? 1 and 2 from the very beginning, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Make it beautiful. 2 and 3. Squeeze. 1. Relax. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. You ready? Hop 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and F in the bass. 2 and 3. F in the bass. Move to a G in the bass. F in the bass again. F in the bass. Scale going up. F in the bass. G in the bass. C in the bass. F in the bass. Get ready for your conversation at letter B. So harp 3s and 4s, take over. Sorry, 2s and 3s. Now coming down, everyone else. And then going up. Coming down, 1s and 4s. Now harps, 1s and 2s, you're going to take over. You're going to do your fancy bits, little twiddles. Get ready with the tune then, harps. 3s and 4s. Da, tum, da, 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 tum. Okay, we're going to stop and go from C. Let's go from C. So harp 1s and 2s, I'm now dropping you right in at the deep end. I'm very sorry about this, but you're going to give it a go, okay? Let's go straight on, and we'll do the upbeat in da, tum, da. I'm going to try and play harp 1. I'm going to try and sing harp 3, and I'm going to try and have the counter melody on the looper. So here we go. What could possibly go wrong? Let's just check tempo. 2 and 3 and here we go then. Everyone ready with the upbeat? So you're going to up harps 3s and 4s will play an upbeat into C. Everybody else begin at C. 1s and 2s just begin straight on your. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Ya da 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 da. Ya da dee da da dum da da dee dum dum dee dum dum da dum ya da dum dum ya da 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 ya da 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 dum da ya da dum dum da dum. Okay, now brilliant. I'm going to stop there. So at that point, 4 bars before letter D, which is bar 44, you get the call and response pattern again that you've had. So actually, for some reason, I give harp 2s some time off to get ready for your 6ths, I think. And everyone else, you're doing that. Ya da 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 da. So should we try that bit too? Are you all still with me? Are you all still awake? Yes, okay, good, fantastic. Okay, Cindy Llewellyn is just arriving. She looks like she's a harpist from her picture, so just keep an eye out, everyone, for Zoom bombing. Okay, here we go. So this is bar 44. Here we go. So harp 3s, you're going up the hills. Harp 1s, you're going up the hill. And harp 2s and 4s, you are just on octave F at this point. This is 4 bars before D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Coming down, everyone else. 2 and 3. Going up. 1 and 2. Then coming down. Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. At letter D, then harp 1s. You've got those. Okay. Now they will take some time. Just take one hand if 2 is too much. Harp 2s. We've done this already now tonight. You've got your melody. Watch out for those 5ths there at that point. That's the point. Okay, and harp 4s, I haven't given you enough attention, I feel, on your accompaniment line. So at letter D, I'm just going to give harp 4s a bit of attention. I believe that harp 3s, you may have this as well. So yeah, harp 3s, would you like to jump to letter G for a moment? Harp 3s, could you look from letter G? And harp 4s from letter D. We have these patterns. Okay, and this is the one I was mentioning earlier that I love. So harp 1s and 2s, feel free to do this by ear as well. It's where you do a 5th in the left and you do 3 notes in a row in the right, and the 3rd fingers take the key note or the chord root each time. Okay, so we're going to go for that. We're going to play it nice and steady. I probably will do it out of time just to read through it. So that was from letter D for harp 4s and from letter G for harp 3s, and for everyone else, give it a go by ear. Go on, and why not? It's good for it. Doesn't matter what happens. It's good for our ears. Okay, so F, C, F, G, A is the first one. You ready? Here we go. Let's go for it. 1 and 2 and 3 and F, C, F, G, A. It repeats. F, C, F, G, A. It repeats. F, C. This time move up by 1 string to G, D. G, D, G, A, B. That repeats. G, D. back onto the F, down by 1. F, C, F, G, A. Back up by 1 again. G. Now you're dropping down to your red string. I'm just going to pause. You're dropping down to the C, aren't you? So C, G, C, D, E. Here we go. 1 and 2. Back to your F strings, black or blue. 1 and 2 and 3. It repeats. F, C, F, C, F, G, A. It repeats. F, C, F, G, A. Now G, D, G, D, G, A, B. Now it drops down to the red. Okay, so you're on C, G, C, G, C, D, E. Back to the blue or the black, F. Same thing. Up by 1 to the G. Okay, and then it finishes off on the F1. Okay, so if you're a fledgling player and that feels too much right now, that's absolutely fine. I do recommend you practice that just on its own as a thing, because it really is, it's great if someone says, I'm just trying to think what you might be asked to accompany this year, but maybe not for Wish and Merry Christmas because it goes all over the place. Anyway, I can't think of something really simple. Jingle bells. Jingle bells, jingle bells. It wouldn't work so well for that. There are all sorts of things. Silent Night. Silent night, holy night. You could, so you can steal this for all sorts of things. So novices, it's worth it, but for tonight, just feel you can play the left hand only. That's fine. Okay, right. So let's go back, please, to letter D. How are we doing? It's 9 o'clock. I have to give you a break, and I have to do lots of hundreds of other things as well. Okay, no, let's not go back on ourselves because that's we'll do that again in a minute. Letter E is the call and response bit again, isn't it? Okay, so you've done that before. Letter F. Harp ones, you have the counter melody. You know that. You've looked at it. I think it might be slightly different. It's very slightly different on that upbeat in F, very slightly. Okay. Harp 3s and 4s, you are on your melody, and harp 2s, you are just on simple accompaniment. That goes on to letter G when it all swaps again. Harp 1s, you have the melody. Harp 2s, you have the counter melody. Harp 3s, you have the bit we've just gone over, and harp 4s, you get the tune. At H, what happens? Oh, look, it's the up and down the hills. So do you know what, everyone? We've learnt the whole piece. Isn't that marvellous? Okay, so I'm just going to check in on you because I know this isn't as exciting as sometimes, but I personally, normally at Christmas, we're out doing loads of concerts, aren't we? Or we're going and singing and we're doing all sorts of things. And away in the manger, there's one point every year, I know some of you have heard me say this before, but where I just sit there and the tears just roll down my cheeks to Away in the Manger. Every year at some point, it just hits me. I don't know what it is about that particular Christmas song, but it just does. And even talking to you about it's making me feel like it now. And I just couldn't bear a Christmas without Away in the Manger. So I'm sorry, that's why I'm inflicting it on you. So that's why we're having this. So more advanced players, this time we're going to play it through, but you can you can start doing whatever you like over the top. I'd love to actually noodle over the top, but I don't want to distract you. So, more advanced players, just do more with your fingers. You do some, or play it up the octave, down the octave, play it in the octaves, whatever it takes. For those of you more novice players, it's going to be slightly faster, this version. So just allow yourself to follow the score and play some notes in with it that you're going to enjoy. And let's just be bold with it and have fun with it. So I just need to screen share and find it. We're going to go from the very beginning. We're going to play along to the quartet. I need to change the volumes. So there will be a hiss. Apologies. Okay. Right. Okay. Right, can you see the video? If I make it a bit bigger for you, you probably don't need to see it, but you can follow if you want to. Who can I see that can tell me? Can you give me a nod, everybody, if you can see the video? Okay, thank you. Okay, brilliant. So harp 1, 2, 3, and 4, you can follow your part if you want to there. Would you like me to give out the letters that we're at? Would that be helpful if you get lost? It probably would, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay, I can do that too. Yeah, okay, so let me just see if I can just minimize this. Whoa, no, okay. I'm going to have to, how am I going to make this smaller? Give me one moment. Okay, I need the score there then. Okay, fine. Let's see if I can make this work so that you can see this big, but I can still see the score. Yes, we can. Okay, hopefully that's big enough. I hope that's big enough. Okay, right, are you ready, everyone? Now, the awkward thing about this, I'm embracing imperfection. I didn't put a counting track at the beginning, which was really stupid. So the first bar, I'm out of time and you won't be able to know what the tempo is. And then after that, it will settle, okay? So the first one, I'm out of time with myself, you'll be out of time, and then you can get into the flow of it. So is everyone ready? Hands on the harps, okay? I know what to do for next time, I promise. Okay, so everyone ready? And I will give the letters as we go, okay? So if you get lost, wait for me to give you a letters. Here we go. The suspense. The suspense is not great when it doesn't work at all. No. Okay. I love it when tech does that to you. It played about 3 times a minute ago and I didn't want it to, didn't it? And now I want it to. What's it doing? Not playing. Oh, good. Happy days for me. Right, I'm just reloading the page and I hope it's going to work better. Otherwise, you're going to have an interesting thing of me singing and playing everything in one go. And my hour and a half doing this morning will be wasted. Come on, load, computer, load. Come on. Okay. Yes, right, let's go on. You know you want to play this time. Let's give it a go. Everyone ready? Here we go. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Letter A now. G in the bass. G. F. G. C. F in the bass. F. 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 G. C. F. G. Letter B now. Up 1s and 3s. 2s and 3s, sorry. 1s and 4s answer. 24. Letter C. The ladder climbing up the hill. Get ready for letter D if you're lost. Da tum dee da da tum da dee da 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 dee da da tum da dee da da tum da da dee dum da da tum da da dee da da Letter E. Harp 2s. Harp 1s. Harp 2s. Letter F now. Da dee dum da da dum da 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 dee dum. If you've got lost, get ready for letter G. G. C, F, da, dee, da, dum, da, 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 da. G in the bass, G. G in the bass, F in the bass. G in the bass. C in the bass. F in the bass. F in the bass. F in the bass. G in the bass. C in the bass. F in the bass. G in the bass. F in the bass. H. Up and down the hill. 1s and 4s. 2s and 3s up. You're gonna roll here now. Da dee da dee da dee. slowing down if you please. 1 and 2 and 3 and slowing down. And an F chord to finish. And if you missed that F chord, let's just do another one. You ready? F chords if you missed it. It's so frustrating when you miss the last chord. It's very important to do an extra one. Okay, marvelous, fantastic. Wow, well, let's give ourselves a round of applause. Should we unmute and give ourselves a round of applause? Bravo.
Yeah. We did it.
Fantastic. Okay, brilliant, marvelous. Okay, so I didn't write that piece specifically to teach over Zoom, so I know it wasn't so easy to do. It makes me realise how I've adapted to give you parts that work much better for this. But anyway, there we are. That's fine. I couldn't live without Away in the Manger, so that was for me. I'm sorry, it was a bit selfish, perhaps. Right. Okay, then you kind of need to have a break, but we're also only meant to play for 17 more minutes. What are we going to do, guys? I want to show you God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, and I want to play through the other piece. Do you want to go late? Do you want to take a break? Do you want to not take a break? We can just have a really stingy 3-minute break if you like, just so you can jiggle around. Would that be a good idea? Let's do that. Let's have like a 3-minute break where you can do a little dance or you can chat to each other. I will put you in breakout rooms, but it's going to be for such a short space of time, you might not want to do that. Okay, so I will put you into breakout rooms and I will see you in 3 minutes, okay? Bye. If you've not been before, what happens is you go into breakout rooms so you can chat to each other, but you don't have to, okay? And anybody who wants any questions with me, you're welcome to stay and ask me questions. I'm not going anywhere tonight. Hey, I'm glad Pamela likes the arrangement. Brilliant. Debbie, what would the tempo be? Oh, that's a good question. I will find the answer for Debbie's question now. Did I give a tempo? No, I didn't. Let's see if there's one in the playthrough would have had. Did I do the playthrough? Playthrough I did at 65. I almost wondered if that was too. No, I think that was okay, wasn't it? So that was crotchet equals 65. Crotchet 65 on the recording. But you could totally play that slower. I think that would be okay. I ended at the right time. I had a fantastic accompaniment for the first time through. Betsy, that is an amazing accompaniment. Accomplishment and a compliment. I mean, maybe you were doing the tune. I don't know. Anyway, that is great. Fantastic. Okay. So just going to give people 3 minutes. If anyone's got any questions, you're welcome to ask me. Most of you have just disappeared to go and get a quick drink, I think. Right. Let me just get ready for the next thing I want to do because we haven't got much time for anything tonight. So that was quite a long go through on that one. And right, okay, now I'm chatting away and I realise I'm on Facebook Live still. So I'm Facebook Live. We're on a break, and I'm just going to work out what I'm going to do. I can't do it in secret, can I? I want to work out what I'm going to do with this God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. So we're going into G. So if anyone's on Facebook Live, you can be extra prepared now. We've got such little time. I can barely do anything with this. So maybe we'll just do that. Yeah, okay, I think we just have time for that. So, I'm just gonna put into my looper. Sorry, looper. Right, so 4 and 4 and 4 and. See, it's not my favourite thing to do with it, but perhaps we can do that. We can do it on the drone. Okay, I'm just adapting what I'm going to teach you because we've only got 15 minutes left. We'll just do something like that. Okay, let's see. Right, 3 minutes. Do you think they have had 3 minutes? It's really stingy of me, but I guess I'm going to close the breakout rooms. Okay, here we go then. Stopping breakout rooms, closing all rooms. Did anyone go to the breakout rooms? Yes, a few of you did. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Debbie. Yes, crotchet is a quarter note. Yeah, okay. Lon, that's okay. Oh, Lon, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye. Okay. And okay. We're going to do a tiny bit on God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, and then we're going to play through the First Noel, because a lot of you have worked extremely hard on this, so it's only right that we get to play it through. Yeah, I'm just wondering. Yeah, okay, yeah, we will. We've got to do such a short now. Those of you who just so while you're all coming back, was anybody only come to this workshop because they wanted my ideas on God Rest You Merry Gentlemen? Because if you have, then I will try and give you hundreds of ideas, even though I don't have time to teach any of them. If nobody has in particular, then I won't feel guilty and I'll just move on. Okay, so brilliant. So we're going to, hi everyone, you're welcome back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So is everyone gone back? No, not quite everyone. Oh, 4 seconds until everyone's forced back. We're going to look at God Rest You Merry Gentlemen very briefly. Again, those of you on lever, without levers tonight, I'm sorry, I haven't stayed in C because I'm using old materials. So you do need to retune, I'm afraid. You need to get rid of your B flat and put on an F sharp. We're going into G major, please. Okay, so G major. Okay, so I'm just waiting to see if anybody is desperate to know about God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, or whether you don't mind if I go through this quickly. So no, is anybody sat there? I'm just gonna go look through the screens then. Is anybody looking really bereft that I've not done loads on it? No? Okay, fine. Okay, right, okay. So I did a little bit of this in the Christmas immersion that I did last in November, the Christmas version in November. By the way, there are 3 Christmas immersions already that I have that you can take. They're like 90 minutes of lessons on Christmas tunes. And the one that I'm going to do new in December is all about, I'm going to give you ideas that mean if we're not together with people at Christmas, but you still want to collaborate, I'm going to try and give you some tracks and things that you can then play and still have a sing along and things at Christmas. That's my plan. So, you know, I think I've got a buy 2 get 2 free offer, which all the dynamic harpists are welcome to. If you want lots of Christmas music, or if you only want one, you can just buy one of those courses if you'd like to. Anyway, God Rest You Merry Gentlemen is in the one I did in November, I think. Yes. And I just talk about how it's quite fun to do as a swing version of it. Well, the first thing I talk about is just the fact that you hear it played like this. And actually it's God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. So my big bugbear with this tune is that I think it needs to be uplifting. It's a minor key, so I always think it should be ploddy and sad, but just remember it's actually nothing you dismay. It's wonderful lyrics. So but you can make a little cheeky twist on this, which I will just show you the simplest thing I possibly can, which is that with God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, I shall screen share now, so in case anybody hasn't got this, you can it doesn't sound great all the way through, but it's quite fun as a holding point. You can do it just with a drone. Sorry, I do it simple drone, sorry. You could just do... Okay, so it's going to clash, but it's quite powerful when you then move into... when you move into using the actual harmony. So this is the simplest thing, absolute simplest thing we can do tonight. Those of you who are beginners, please could you take an E in the left hand, and in the right hand, the note of the closest B to it. The closest B above it. So you've got the lowest note you'll be playing with your left will be an E, and then your right will be above it on a B. Okay, giving you a 5th, and we're going to do dum. Let's just do that. Literally keep it really simple like that. And if anybody else wants to play the tune with me, because lots of you will be able to, I know, then you can just play the tune over the top. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Actually, I will do it faster than that. Sorry, it's gonna be a lot faster. I'm gonna do 3, 4, 1. We'll do it steady. Okay, so here we go. I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chords in the bass. So you can play it like that, okay? That's the simplest way of doing it. What I wanted to show you was that you can use this split rhythm. We've done this before, the slap bass idea, underneath it. If you're going to take that drone idea, for those of you who are fledglings, you can just practice. You can even put a rhythm under it. But for those of you who feel like trying this, if you do it with a split left hand and you think of it in swing time and go and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, da-dum, So everyone, if you want to try that, you're going to open up your hand now and you're going to do octave E's, and you're going to put your thumb on one E and the fourth finger on the lower E, and you're going to be thinking, and I've talked about swing time before, I have got no time to do that tonight, so the simplest thing I can say if you've never done it before is just think of skipping. So if you imagine skipping around the room, instead of going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 with your feet go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that will give you a very basic swing time. Okay, so you're going to be going and 1 and 2. Let's do it. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And in between, if you can, hit the strings. It's what we did in Mix It. So I know I'm really rushing this, but let's just give it a go. So we're going to go. Are you ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. E, E, and stop. E, E, and dump. E, E, and just join in when you're ready. If you haven't yet, you can just do every other one if it's too much. Okay, just give that a go. So you can do that, okay? So that's one way of playing this tune through, okay? And obviously faster. You can start to swing it up. For those of you more advanced players, because it's all crotchets and the swing time really appears on the and, I usually add in extra notes, which I haven't got time to show you, but that first one, instead of it goes E, E, B, B, A, I normally go G, A, G, F, E, da, ba, da, da, dum, da, ba, da, da, dum. So if you want to just try that, anybody who's feeling advanced enough to try that, G, A, G, F, E, da, dee, da, da, dum, da, dee, da, da, dum, da. Do it in your own time, so you get little, go round and round on it. Okay, so then when you put that in with the tune, you've got. Okay, do you want to just try that? I'll play it to you and you can play it back to me. Tum da dee da dee da dee da da da. I'll do it again. Ba ba dee da dee da dee da da dum. Okay, and then you can practice this and add in other quavers elsewhere. But when you put that all together, and I know we haven't got time to do this tonight, but. So it can sound quite fun, right? Okay, so let's see if we can all just play something and play it through once, okay? So let's do it with, let's just do it with the drone and the bass. So for fledgling players, you can you don't have to play the tune, or you can go, you can play the tune, da dum ba dee da da, or you can just go E, E, all the way through. More advanced players, you can go and 1 and 2, da dum, ba dum, ba dum. Okay, so let's just do once through, and you can't get lost, because if you got lost, what would you do, Kate? Sorry, Kate. You'd play an E, wouldn't you? Yes, okay, so there's no excuse. I expect everyone to play something. I'm going to stop my screen share so I can see you all. And this is just so that I don't feel that I didn't do this with you. So let's do this, okay? So I'm going to give you an introduction. You can do straight, your straight E's, your straight drone. You can do E and B if you want E and B. Or you can do ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Get that going, everyone. Get into your groove now. Okay, I don't mind what you're doing. Okay, and then I'm going to count you 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and then we'll come in. So you ready? And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Staying on the E. It will clash. Whoops, my timing, sorry. Okay, there we are. That's the shortest teaching I've ever done on a single piece. But there we are. It just gives you some tiny ideas. So if you wanted to, you could play this, in a normal way. But one person could be just doing you a little jazzed up bass line just by doing that. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, brilliant. Right, let's get on back. Jump into the First Noel to finish off tonight, please, ladies and gentlemen. So you and many of you, I know not everyone has, and don't worry about that. Many of you have done an incredible job of uploading, of spending hours or maybe minutes, I don't know, sorting out to do an upload for the First Noel. And I am staggered. We've had over 80 people submit. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your hard work. It's amazing, you know, and you have brought, I'm not going to gush at you loads now, but you have, you know, you've kept me sane in this very weird time. And it's been so nice to be able to do something to help you guys as well, I hope. And so thank you. And I just feel this is a lovely end of year celebration that we're now going to be able to share our First Noel. And the 15th, so those of you who are patrons, thank you very much for being my patrons. I'm going to move, if it's okay, our Q&A to the 8th because we can't get the recording done in time for the 8th. So I will do a Q&A with you on the 8th, if that's okay. You can catch the replay. And then Dynamic Harps Ensemble will meet on the 15th to watch our video, and we'll have a party of some sort in the way that we can on Zoom. So that's what's going to happen. Anyway, but we're going to play this now. And, you know, thank you. It's a huge effort that you've all gone to, and it will be beautiful. And if you haven't seen my Facebook live stream that I put up, I should have said it to you before, but you know, people go on about one take wonders. They say, oh, this person so and so, he was amazing, he just walked into the studio and he just sang the song from start to finish in one take, and that was it, and everyone went home. If that wasn't amazing, people wouldn't talk about one take wonders. It's very normal to do more than one take. So all of you who are going, oh, it took me 31 takes and things like that, that's fine. And the other thing I didn't say on the Facebook Live about this is that you will have pulled yourself up like you wouldn't believe. I know you won't necessarily notice it, but when you do something like that over and over in a way that we wouldn't ever really force ourselves to do, even for a normal performance, although I mean, some of us do, but you know, it's a hard thing to, it's hugely disciplined. But if you do, when you've done that for the recording, you have just practiced so hard on the same things, you've concentrated in that way, you've worked on your posture, your positioning, everything. This is not going to go to waste, ladies and gentlemen. This is with you now. This is, you have gone, you know, you've gone up your little step ladder of your harp playing just by doing that, going through that process. So again, please don't feel frustrated by anybody who, Kate, I know, I hope you won't mind, you know, Kate said to me, I got cross about it, I think Kate said to me, and you know, it's easy to do, but Kate, nothing went to waste. Okay, it will all be beneficial. Okay, let's do this. Let's finish on this playing 25 takes, says Cheryl. There you are. Okay, let's go for this. Let's do our First Noel. I'm going to start with letter B, and I'm just going to keep adding parts in, and then I will play the melody. You guys can do whatever you like, whatever makes you happy right now. You can play the melody every time. You can play letter B every time. You can play the bass line all the way through. But what will happen is you'll gradually hear me get louder and louder and fuller, and your parts will be going on. And we are going to overrun, but hopefully not by more than 5 minutes. Okay, here we go. Without me talking anymore, thank you, everyone. Here we go. Okay, I've got to remember what tempo we did it at. Whoops. Change key, everyone. We don't need F sharps. You can always count on me. We want to be in C major. I bet everyone else has done that apart from me. Right, here we go. Are you ready? I'm just going to wait for 1 minute just in case you hadn't done your levers. Right, here we go. I'm starting on letter B. You can start wherever you like. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 1 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 and 2 and 3 and remember to repeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and 2 and 3. Weird repeat. You have to do it 3 times, so please repeating again. 2 and 3 and. You can move on to another variation for the next bit if you want to, or to the tune. to repeat the third time? F in the bass, C in the bass. Now, I sped up. Get ready, everyone. It's going to be a lot faster for about 3 bars. Apologies. So. Third time on if you're accompanying, or the chorus if you're on the tune. Get ready for an excessive tempo change. It goes very fast. Third time on the repeat. Get ready for the turbo boost on tempo due to my looper. Everyone ready? It's going to go really fast. I'm finally going to play the tune. And remember, it goes really fast for the beginning. accountability type this time. Speeding up, remember? Why didn't we sing? Noel, Noel, God is the King of His reign. Thank you very much, Alison, Anna, Barbara, Beatrice, Betsy, Blythe, Brenda, Caroline, Cherry, Christine, Cindy, Dawn, Debbie, Diane, Dillis, Edna, Evie, Felicity, Jill, Heather, Hillary, iPad, Iris, Jackie, Jane, Jenny, Jessica, Ginny, Yoke, Kate, Laurie, Linda, Lisa, Lorraine, Margaret, Marianne, Mary, Melinda, Michael, Mike, Pamela, Patricia, Rosie, Sharon, Susan, Tammy, Tanya, Valentina, Victoria, and many more of you I know who have had to go and are watching on Facebook or watching the replay. Thank you, everyone. Let's finish all together on a C chord. Da, dee, da, da, G. And now we're going to do a big C chord. And do you know what? I got told off by one of you for not doing a kerfuffle once at the end. So do you know what? We're going to kerfuffle. It's completely inappropriate, but kerfuffle! Merry Christmas! 3 and 4 and C. Can we unmute and give ourselves a round of applause? I'm sorry I'm late, but thank you so much, everyone. Go on, let's have a
Well done, everyone.
Great, lovely. Thank you very much.
And thank you for all your blinged harps. I love them. I love everyone's blingy harps. They're wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for an amazing year playing with you guys. And the video will be out hopefully around about the 15th, and I'm hoping that we can have an evening gathering on the 15th where we can just meet up and do some breakout rooms and listen to the piece together and things like that. And yeah, and just generally just here together. And thank you. I'm going to stop the recording. Should we say goodbye to anyone watching the replay first of all?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
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 Bye. There we are. I've stopped that and I'll stop the recording.